Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Cardano. Once again, thank you for your continued support across the board and all the likes, appreciation, everything you do for the channel to contribute towards the growth here. I really do appreciate it. It's really warmly received, and we're building a fantastic community, okay? And I'm really pleased with the way it's going, and I couldn't ask for any more. And if you're not involved, please do jump into the Telegram group, get involved, and thank you to all the Patreons as well that are supporting me in my process here. So yeah, diving into Cardano. I know it looks bad, I know it's breaking down, but I want to reassure you everything's golden, okay? Everything's golden because we're still making higher lows, okay? Even with this breakdown, you're still making these higher lows. You can't quite see it on the 4-hourly time frame here, okay? Something like this. But if you start to zoom out, look at the daily, okay? It looks golden. It looks absolutely golden. You know, you're still adhering to higher lows, and you're still in an uptrend, and you're basically bouncing off key levels of support. Look, you're breaking down. You bounced off the 55 EMA on the daily time frame there beautifully. You wicked slightly below it, but you can see, look at the buying pressure coming in for Cardano to save its ass. And right now, I do suspect that you may potentially be forming a beautiful reversal pattern, which is a very highly tradable pattern for Cardano. And we'll zoom in on the 4-hourly time frame to take a look at that. So we're going to zoom in on the 4-hourly time frame here. But once again, before I do zoom in on the 4-hourly, look, high lows, okay? High lows and higher highs. So effectively, what you've got going on before jumping on the 4-hour is something like this, where, you know, you're still sort of in this upper trend channel there like that, and you're sort of going up, hitting your head, support, resistance, coming back down. You're sort of doing something like that, where progressively you're creeping up towards that $2 mark and getting to those highs that we've highlighted in previous videos. So right now you have got the MACD going bearish on the daily, so that's contributing to the downtrend there. You see that's pushing you down to sort of test these lower levels of support. Providing they hold, you're golden. And like I said to you, if you start losing the 55 on the daily, you start falling through that, okay? If you do start to see that, because at the minute you are golden, you're holding support, but if you do start to see that, then potentially you're going to drag the EMAs over your shoulder, form the bearish cross, and again, that's just going to contribute to a larger correction on the grand scheme of things. That's why I always say target at 55 on the daily, zoom out, if in doubt, zoom out, okay? So right now, you're golden, you're all right, everything's holding strong. So looking at the 4-hourly time frame, we're going to zoom in right now because I did think you might be forming some kind of reversal pattern right here. Right now, you are forming a nice little reversal pattern and a fantastic trading opportunity, to be honest with you. If this continues to fall any further, then you don't want to see it taking out this low, obviously. We will target this particular low just here, okay? So you don't want to see Cardano falling any lower than that, which is $1.13, because if it did fall lower than that, you would be creating a lower low, okay? And you're basically rolling over and creating lower highs and lower lows, and it's a big signal that you're entering a bit of a downtrend. But right now, if Cardano can bounce here, okay, or even bounce on this trend line that we've got going on, which is always ascending, by the way, obviously in time as it moves up, it moves up, and the lower support line moves up. Do you see this? So there's your support there, and it starts to move up as time goes on. Do you see that? So if Cardano was to come down and sort of bounce there, you would still be making a higher low, and you would actually be looking at a really nice pattern, because right now you've got this particular level here, which is a resistance level, okay? And what you're doing when you come down, and this is all reversal patterns, you come down, okay, the sellers are in control, so they're basically selling off. But when it starts to reverse, i.e. what it's done here, it's obviously going to hit its head on resistance, and that resistance was the EMA. Do you see that? The 20 EMA and a 55. It's hit its head, couldn't get through it. So what you've done there, you've created a key level of resistance. That particular level is that $1.32. Then what happens is, the more selling pressure comes back, okay? But what it is, if the selling pressure is not as great, it starts to reverse. When it reverses, it attacks the resistance level again. And if it gets through that resistance level and back to support, you've got a fantastic opportunity there, because that's a reversal pattern, okay? It's called a double W bottom, okay? A W double bottom, basically. Look, it's a double pattern, W pattern like that. Do you see that? I'll tidy it up for you so you can understand. So basically, you've got a lovely little trading opportunity there, and I'll show you exactly where to target as well. And this is what we always target on the channel. Look, it's a double U double bottom. Do you see that? So that's effectively a really good reversal pattern if it doesn't fall any lower than this particular level here, this 113. Because if it does fall any lower than that, you're creating a lower high, a lower low, okay? And that's basically contributing to your downtrend. But there is another recovery option if that does come into play further down the line. It's called an inverse head and shoulders, but we will look at that if it does come to that, right? So at the minute, you're looking golden. You've come down, you've come up, you've formed this resistance line, okay, which is actually a good thing because you don't want to go up too much because otherwise you're going to blow over and roll over even more and lose support. So right now, you've come up, you've hit your head on resistance, you're falling back down, looks bad, but as long as you don't fall on a lower low than 113, you're still golden for a lovely little reversal recovery here and a fantastic trade opportunity. So if you was to come back up and attack this now as resistance and fall back on it as support, the $1.32, then you could see a lovely little trade here for Cardano, a lovely little long opportunity from there to there to there, which would take you up to the previous all-time high roughly. Roughly that sort of area there, which is $1.52. So that would be a fantastic long opportunity from there of around 15% for Cardano. Now, if you did see Cardano start to bounce here, okay, and you think, oh, it's bouncing up, then I would target this particular level here as a key level of resistance. So you could open a little long from the bounce here, okay, go long, and you're looking at a lovely little 8% long opportunity there. You could even leave it open in the hope that you do break this resistance and go on to make that new high there, or this recovery from this WW bottom. Do you see that? So that's actually a 25% long trade right there for Cardano. So let's just hope that it holds. Do keep an eye on this particular level here, because what you're doing, you can see if I draw a little trend line in like this, you'll see exactly what's going on. So you're just forming this sort of pattern here, which is effectively, if you start to come back up, you know, it's an ascending triangle. Do you see that? And usually you break out of those to the upside, and again your target is exactly the same as where you fell into it, which is the same as the neckline of the WW bottom. Do you see that? So all patterns come into play. So like I said to you, do keep an eye on this, okay? Do not lose this bottom here, because if you do, the work's going to be harder to form that inverse head and shoulders, and obviously longer as well. So cool. Critical times for Cardano. Keep an eye on that. I know it looks bad, reversal and all that, but when these reversal patterns come into play, they're very tradable events. That's Cardano. I'll keep you updated every day. Hopefully this little trade plays out for us. Do stay tuned. Most importantly, stay strong, stay healthy, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.